Hi, everybody. How are you doing today? Good, good. So I am based out of the Colorado office in Denver. I am the partner and president out there, and they wanted me to host a training, so I couldn't think of anything better than follow-up because hi. Everybody, there's pain points to being an agent, and that's either social media, to be honest, follow-up, and making it seem like a natural connection with people rather than a script. So I think sometimes we all struggle with that. So this is follow-up guide from contact and conversations to closing. I have based my business on follow-up and leads and just referrals and such. So I just thought it would be a good presentation on what I have done and what's worked for me. So it's how we handle leads from the moment they come in, how we turn the conversations into opportunities, how we follow up without sounding repetitive or like a script. This matters most because the leads don't respond right away. Does anybody know how many times it takes to contact someone before they respond?
9.
It's 8 to 10. It is 8 to 10 before a lead responds to you or a contact will respond to you. So you need to be on point. So the first agent to respond always has the advantage. It's lead to speed, speed to lead. Consistency builds trust. You may not realize it, but in our messages, they can read in between the lines. So if you sound inconsistent or you sound ingenuine or you're not catching their attention, they'll just ignore it. Speed to lead, speed creates opportunity. Most leads don't respond right away. The first agent to respond has the advantage. This is where deals are won or lost. So there is a system on follow-up. It's a 3-day follow-up system. So I don't know. It won't switch over.
Who's the host? Yes.
I am.
Hold on. Okay. Try to reconnect.
It's the My TV. Aww. Aww. Is it working now? Okay. So there's a 3-day follow-up. So day 1, a client comes in, a lead comes in, you're supposed to call, text, and email. If they don't respond, you do that for the next 3 days. Most agents stop too early because they're not getting that response, but always have it in your head that it takes 8 to 10 reach outs before a lead, a contact, or anything responds, okay? Unless it's like a referral, it's a little bit different that way. I'm just talking about follow-up in general. So after day 3, we move to weekly follow-up. It stays consistent without repeating the same message. Follow-up doesn't stop, it evolves. So when I reach out to people for the first 3 days, it's about the property. So it's always about the property. Hey, John, you had some interest in Skylark Street in Miami, Florida. Let me know if you have any questions. Let me know if you want to see it. You're grabbing their attention. They know they reached out about a property. They know why you're reaching out. So they know you're an agent. So you don't have to say that you're an agent. Just be genuine with it. Like, hey, you had some interest. Like, do you want to see it? Do you have any questions? And it starts that conversation. Keep it natural. And that's the hard thing I think we struggle with sometimes, especially newer agents. You're just finding your groove. You're finding what works. You're finding what doesn't work. And sometimes it's really hard to be natural when you're nervous too. So ask questions, don't push. Okay. Does anybody know the 80-20 rule? So they're supposed to talk 80% and you're supposed to talk 20%. So you're supposed to listen most of the time. Because as they're talking, you're supposed to listen to information they're actually giving you, and they don't know that they're giving you information. It just feels natural. It's just a simple conversation. Like, hey, what interested you in this property? Well, my kid, my dog, blah, blah, blah. Oh, cool. What kind of dog do you have? And then they kind of just go off in a spiel. They kind of go off in a rant. So just keep it natural. Avoid automation. Keep it personal. And then accountability. So this is where I'm really big with my agents. So my agents get leads at my brokerage, and they are to log all activity in their CRM. If they do not log this activity in CRM and I cannot see their 3-day follow-up or their follow-up, their leads stop for a week. Because if I'm going to invest money in my agents, they need to do what I'm asking them to do. And if they're not doing it, as simple as logging activity in your CRM to keep track of what you're doing and how many calls you're making and the touch points that you're doing, it's just an accountability fact. Track your follow-up, stay consistent. If it's not logged, it didn't happen. So whether you're old school and you write things down or you're just solely based electronically from schedules to leads to everything, just log it because it like puts a mental note in your head that you did it. So you feel accomplished in finishing that task at least. Won't let me, there we go. The real problem. Why does a follow-up feel hard? Does anybody struggle with follow-up and staying consistent with follow-up?
I do.
Okay.
And then if they don't, they're lying. There's no way.
Like who struggles? Like we all have to struggle, that's right. Everybody struggles with follow-up. You get busy in your day, you get a call, like you putting out fires, like we have lives outside of real estate, so family and life happens too. Like we struggle. So Rob, why do you struggle?
Struggle with the follow-up because of all the other fires and things like that going on around the time, and you gotta be able
Okay.
to separate that time from what your personal business is.
Why do you struggle with follow-up?
I think I'm not organized as well with all the stuff that I have going on in my CRM.
Okay, like when you say you're not organized, be a little bit more specific.
So I cold call expires.
Okay,
and
that's good.
It gets too bulky sometimes. So
Okay.
I don't follow up on expires probably like 6 months ago, and because I have so many numbers from the new expires. that I
Okay.
just-
Are you putting these into your CRM as you're calling them? Are you importing the expired leads and who you're contacting, and are you
I
importing
am
them?
putting them in folders on the dialer.
Okay, so are
I
you?
have a folder that it's off market.
Mhm.
Nurture, for example.
Oh, yeah.
That is a
Okay.
monthly process that I have to follow up with them.
Okay,
I have around 500 numbers there.
is that in your CRM?
No,
Are those clients in your CRM?
no, that's the thing. And I was talking to her about it last time. I don't even use a CRM. That's my CRM.
Okay, so I'm gonna tell you guys right off the bat, if you guys are not using a CRM, you will not be able to build your business. You will not be able to stay organized. You will not grow. You are gonna feel unorganized during your whole process. Use a CRM. It is going to build your business. You're gonna feel organized. You're gonna be mentally clear. And then like your nurture, there's a nurture like
Right.
in the pipeline with your CRM. Put them there or label them as expireds. And then you can leave your notes. And then as you go through it once a month, you're like, oh, I called him last week. Okay, cool. On to the next. Oh, I called this guy last week. Okay, on to the next. So you're staying organized. And then you can leave notes. And you're like, yeah, we had this conversation. So how many of you do use a CRM? Okay, how many of you do not use a CRM? I am so disappointed in you. Okay, you guys, please use a CRM. It is the most important thing you can do to build your business and stay in front of people. If you guys are not using a CRM, I'm going to be real, you guys will struggle. It's going to be a struggle and it's going to be a hurt. Okay, so if you're like, why can't I keep my business going? Why can't I do this? It's because you don't have a CRM. You're not organized. So you're not like keeping track of everything. So if you can't keep track of everything mentally, that's just a lot. I can't even do that.
I have a question for you. Do you use any of the automations that the CRM provides to help you with these issues following up with these clients?
So I do, but then I don't. So like I block out at least a day during the week. Like yesterday I was with Rob and I was with Yasmin and I literally followed up with 75 people. So I block out times during a day where I know I can have that day to myself or those times to myself. And I do the personal follow-up. If they're not responding like within 6 months, I do put them on an automation. So yes. But I feel when you keep reaching out, it's not even they get annoyed, it's just your persistence and your consistency that you're gonna get a response. It may not be a great response sometimes. They may tell you to go F off, you know what I mean? They may tell you to stop, or hey, we found a house, or like we use somebody else. Like that's okay. At least they responded, you know what I mean? So you can chalk it up and you can move it on.
You customize the automations, like your campaigns,
Mhm.
but it sounds more like you.
It does,
'Cause it
yes.
does have some, but
Yeah.
it's nice when you.
And then what I also do, which we'll go through, is I also keep sending them houses with like similar properties that they inquired on, and then like in surrounding areas too.
Through the CRM,
Through, yeah.
so it does automatically.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
At least, do you do text message or emails, or what has been most effective for you?
Text message and emails have been most effective for me. Also calls. So
Calls in.
I do call them too. If they, yep, I do all three. It's just staying consistent and staying in front of them. You know what I mean? I don't mean to say this, but we're dime a dozen. You know what I mean? They're like everybody knows an agent. Everybody has a family member that's an agent, or their whole family has their license. You know what I mean? Like it's like that in Colorado too. So it's about being persistent and the value that you add. So don't make it feel repetitive. It guys, follow up is hard because it does feel uncomfortable. Like you're almost salesy, you know what I mean? But you're not. You just want a little response. So, but being uncomfortable is where we grow. And don't forget that, okay? Most people don't know what to say and leads don't respond right away. Follow-up is one of the biggest pain points in real estate. It is the hardest thing that agents struggle with. Follow-up is not about checking in. Most agents follow up, but they sound the same. Just checking in gets ignored. Lead response to relevance, not repetition. Follow-up staying helpful, not just visible. Follow-up is not about frequency, it's about the value you add. So usually in my text messages, I'll be like, hey, I found something similar to the property that you found. I'm going to send them to you. Like, let me know what you think. And I usually get a response at that time. Like, oh, okay, let me check them out. It's a short response, but they finally responded to me. And then it engages them in the conversation. So it's something that engages them in the value. Like if you're just like, hey, I'm just checking in, following up with you, there's no value to that to them. It gets ignored. You know what I mean? So it's being relevant. How are you going to provide value to that client? They don't know you. They've never met you and they've never seen a face. You know what I mean? How we communicate. This is what I was talking about, the 80-20 rule. Some people say it's 70-30, but it's actually 80-20. Keep it natural and conversational. Ask questions, don't push. Avoid automation. Follow the 80-20 rule. They talk 80, you talk 20. People respond on how you make them feel. Does anybody know what that means?
They'll report with you?
Yes. So I always say you have a 3-second likability when you're talking to somebody. Meaning they can hear you smile over the phone. It's your tone of voice and it's how you come across. Match their tone, unless they're like on crack or something.
Still not so much.
Yes, yeah. But if someone, okay, like Yasmin and Masi, they're very soft spoken. When they talk, they have a soft tone. So when I would talk to them, I would lower my tone and I'd be like, oh, that sounds great. You know what I mean? They have a softer tone. So you always want to match the person on the other side of the phone. Okay. Also, do not sound automation. Do not pry. Let them give you the information, because as soon as you're pry, they're gonna stop. And how many people get deterred when they're like, no, I'm okay? Because I get that all the time. Like, hey, no, I'm fine, I'm okay. You know what I mean? A lot of agents stop. Like that's a pain point for us. When we hear no, or when we hear we hit a wall. And sometimes we don't know how to go around that. So like, no, I'm not interested in this property, thanks. Okay, well, can you clarify for me like why you're not? And then it switches their head. Well, blah, 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 blah. And they tell you, okay, cool. Well, the property down the street or the property in surrounding areas, you know what I mean? So like kind of divert the no into a question because it keeps them engaged. Does anybody have any questions so far? Yeah, yes.
When you call, you leave a message, they don't know
So sometimes I do and sometimes I don't. So, I still have a Florida number when I lived here, because I used to live out here for like 20 years. So when I call, it's an out-of-state number, so I probably get better responses because they don't know who I am and my name pops up. It doesn't say scam or it doesn't say anything like that. But sometimes I do leave messages. When the lead first comes in, I definitely leave a message. Like, hey, Sarah, you had some interest in this property. You clicked on realtor.com or you clicked on Zillow or whatever it may be, and you had some questions and you wanted to see it. And then I shoot a text like, hey, Sarah, I just tried calling you. I couldn't get a hold of you. And then that's when I either get a text back or I get that phone call back. So,
Do you save all of the contents in your phone or?
what do you mean? It's in my CRM, but I have every contact in my phone. Yes.
Every lead?
Mm-hmm. Every lead is in my text messages. Yep.
Do you save them any specific way?
Mm-mm.
Just
No, because
buyer, seller,
no, like in the CRM or in my phone.
on your phone?
So no. So when I'm going through my CRM, I can easily just text message from my Mac. So when I highlight the number, I can see the conversation that I've had with them in my text messages. So
What's your CRM?
Lofty. I use Lofty. We might switch to Follow Up Boss in a little bit, but we're using Lofty right now and it works. So reminder to follow up. The less visible is the lowest value. So you need to stay visible, be relevant. Hey, just checking in to see if you're still interested. That's not valuable. It's often ignored. So you provide something better. Hey, like I said, I found a couple of homes similar to the one you liked. Want me to send them to you? I'm seeing some price drops in that area. Happy to share. You'll probably get a response that way. Like, okay, cool. Yeah, send them to me. And then you follow up. Hey, I just sent them to you. Like, let me know what you think. And then that engages a conversation and you hold value. Because I guarantee you no other agent is doing that. No other agent is following up like that. So Colorado laws are a little bit different. Where you guys have a little bit more freedom than we do out there. If they say they have an agent, I stop. Because if I continue and that agent finds out, I can get sued by my board. My board will sue me. So it is no joke out there. So usually when they say they have an agent, I kind of like, okay, I'm so happy for you. If you have any questions or if it doesn't work out, please let me know. But I stop. That's my stopping ground. So I don't know how it works out here for you guys. So what happened?
Ethically or realistically?
La 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 la. What would you guys normally do? Would you guys continue the conversation?
Is he really your agent?
I would ask him to be agent.
Okay. Okay.
Really?
Is he really, really your agent? Is he really doing a good job for you? I know. Do you guys, so I'm gonna ask you guys a question because this I have it in here too. When you guys meet a client, is a exclusive right to buy signed or not signed?
Yes, it has to.
It should be, yeah. That's what
It should be.
Well, it
I
depends.
don't personally.
No, that's fine.
It depends.
Okay.
Sometimes I go.
Take notes. He doesn't.
Okay. So in Colorado, we don't need an exclusive right to buy before we meet a client. So with the NAR lawsuit that everybody knows about that happened and kind of screwed us for a little bit, you know what I mean? Everybody needed an exclusive right to buy. Well, Colorado lawyers, because our lawyers write our contracts and we can only change certain things, they came out with a broker's disclosure. The broker disclosure allows us to open the door, treat them as a customer, convey and write contracts. So the time of an offer is when they sign the exclusive right to buy.
So why would you get in trouble if you reach out to them, if they don't have an exclusive right to buy?
What do you mean?
Well, you said that you can get in trouble if you reach out to a buyer that already has an agent.
Because it's called phishing. I can't fish.
Mm.
It's considered phishing. So DORA is Department of Real Estate Association. So except times your board and put it on crack. That's ours. Like we have a lot of restrictions and regulations because people are just stupid. There's that. So
That's usually the way I do it.
yeah.
Because there's a lot of clients that don't like to be on the hook for a BBA.
Well,
Even though it's, you know, you can
Right,
cancel it and stuff
right.
like that, there's a lot of people that are not knowledgeable.
right.
So because of that, I just kind of wait until I show my value.
Mm-hmm.
I show them what I do. Once they're ready, then you sign it.
And I like that too. So that's why I said I don't know what your laws are and I don't know what your regulations are. So I do not submit an exclusive right to buy if I don't know my client. It's very uncomfortable. You're pushing them into something they don't want to be pushed into, okay? Because they're gonna find an agent that's not gonna have them sign one. You know what I mean? So, okay, personalized follow-up based on their interests. So, listening. Active listening is super important, okay? We listen, you know what I mean? But sometimes our head is in 10 different places, to be honest, and we're not actively and present in that conversation. When you guys are talking to clients, be present, be active, okay? That home you liked had a similar layout. I found one with a bigger yard. You mentioned wanting a quieter area. This might fit better. So when you say you mentioned wanting a quieter area, they're like, oh my God, they listened. Like they were actually paying attention to me. That's the value. It's those little value adds that mean so much to like clients. It's making that personal connection. Feel relevant drives response. So I'm going to say this. Build relationships and the money will come. That is the hardest thing to do in our business, especially as a new agent, because it's hard. It's literally hard out there sometimes. So you're focused on that paycheck. If you guys build relationships, the money will come, I promise. So it's about taking care of the people and it's about genuinely being interested. Okay? That's going to get you a lot further. Goal, move from reminder value to personalized. Make everything yours. Like Irene may do something great and Masi's like, oh, I'm going to do that. But Masi's going to make it hers. She's not going to make it sound like Irene. You know what I mean? So value is not just checking in. Are you still interested? Value is helping them compare options, showing opportunities, making their search easier. I know a lot of days our clients go to Zillow. They send us a bunch of stuff. They go to realtor.com. They send us a bunch of stuff. So over time, MLS has become less important to people because they have access all across the board, but still send them things, still add that value because we can see things that they can't still. Like realtor.com doesn't have coming soon. So they can't see anything coming soon off market. Same with Zillow. So they do not post coming soon. They do not post any of that. So just stay relevant and just still be on top of it. If it doesn't help them decide, it's a noise to them. We become a noise to people. So script examples. Hey, just checking in. Super weak, super like generalized. Better. Hey, I came across a couple homes similar to the one you liked on blah, 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 blah. Want me to send them. So I usually don't say want me to send them. I usually just say, hey, I sent to you. Just let me know what you think. Because it grabs their attention. They're like, oh, new houses came to the market. Cool. Like, let me take a look. Personalize the touch, however you guys want to do that. Just don't sound like everybody else and don't sound like AI. That's another thing, guys. Before reaching out, what property did they like? What stood out? Area, price, and style. So does anybody do leads in here? Okay. Explain the process. The lead comes in.
Basically contact immediately.
Okay. What is your conversation? Are you on the MLS looking at that property or on your phone trying to find it?
Whichever one I have available. So
Yes.
as the lead comes in, I'm trying to get as much information on the listing as quick as possible to be prepared to have an actual cognitive conversation, not
Yes.
just, yeah, you want the house or like.
Yeah.
I'm looking to find things about the house to have that knowledge in front, because we get hit with, are you the listing agent?
We do
Better be
too.
prepared with the information as
Yeah.
if you were.
So a lot of people have it in their head that when they only deal with a listing agent, they're going to get a better deal. It's not how it works, because a listing agent's still getting paid. Even if the buyer goes through them, that compensation remains the same, if not a little less. So in their head, they think they're doing great. So usually I'm pretty honest with people if they say, hey, are you the listing agent? I said, hey, no, when you usually click on these websites, you never get the listing agent. You always get top agents around the area that can better assist you. Because in Colorado, we cannot dual represent. We cannot dual represent like you guys out here.
Really?
Oh, if
So-
we can't do dual. But it's
Transaction
transaction
broker.
broker.
So we can do that. So if I have a listing, okay, let's say
Here you can't either.
You can do transaction.
you can,
No, you can't dual represent.
Right.
so
You do a transaction,
you can be a
Transaction broker, you're not really in their best
That's what we
interest.
said.
Yes.
It's acting their.
Right.
So this is the thing. So if,
Brokering the.
yeah,
Right, it's in the best interest of the transaction. You're not representing only one. party.
yes,
Right.
but you guys can do that. So in Colorado, if I have a seller and I bring the buyer, I need to change my relationship with my seller to a transaction broker.
Same here.
Yeah, okay, okay, so then
You
it's,
sign a contract to begin with. yeah.
yes, or,
Well, you
okay.
do the transaction broker, you don't have to.
or I can be a customer. So that's the hard thing in Colorado too. So if my client says, hey, I don't want you to be a transaction broker, I need to then switch my representation with the buyer to a customer. Does anybody know how that changes everything?
No.
When you are a transaction broker, you are literally a lawyer. You're only supposed to push documents, push money, help them when they ask questions. You cannot advise, you cannot guide, and you cannot disclose certain information that your seller tells you. It is a very strict process. As a customer, it gets even worse. So if I treat my buyer as a customer and I'm still representing my seller, I am only saying, hey, this is what my seller said. Please sign the documents. It is very low. It's a very low key transaction. I am barely talking to that buyer. So what I usually do is I'll give that buyer to one of my agents and I'll split the deal with them. You know what I mean? Because in Colorado, that's a huge liability and people get sued every day for that in Colorado. So yeah. Feel human. That is the biggest thing. Like I know every day we do what we do and we go into autopilot mode because I do. Like we all do. Still feel human, feel natural to them. Okay. So the week one, if say, hey, I found a couple homes similar to the one you liked, I'll send them to you. Hey, I sent you a few properties. Just let me know your thoughts. Market insight. I'm seeing a few price drops in that area. Could be a good opportunity. When you start like giving them value, like information, what the market's doing, and you're seeing price drops, or hey, the house that you inquired on dropped 10,000, like it pulls them in a little bit and it gives them some interest. Are you still focused on that area, exploring others? And then week 4 is like a soft check-in. Not sure where you're at in your search, but I'm here if you need anything. After that month of non-response, I go into more of a human. I'm like, hey, how are you? Just seeing how everything's doing, seeing how your home search going. When you ask somebody how they are, you're going to get a response because not every day we get asked how we're doing. Am I right? Unless by our loved ones or friends, but a stranger is asking how you're doing. It goes a long way. It goes a really long way. Okay, research before you reach out. Review the original property, find a 2 to 3 similar options, understand the why. When you understand the why, it goes a long way. Also, everybody has a pain point. Do we know what pain points are when we're dealing with clients? Yes, everybody has a pain point. Why they're moving, why they're not moving, why they need a bigger house, why they need a downsize, why they can only afford the budget they can afford. Find those pain points with your clients. This is what makes your follow-up stand out. Micro commitments. Avoid big questions. Are you ready to buy? Do you want to schedule? Have you been pre-approved? How many of you ask your clients you've been pre-approved before you go show them a home? Okay.
Not every time.
Okay.
Very, very little.
I have never asked any of my clients if they're pre-approved. I know it's stupid. I know it's wasting time. I know what people are going to say. But 10 other agents already asked them, and they're not going to go look with them.
So let me elaborate. So it's not asking if they're pre-approved. I really don't care.
Okay?
Based on the information that I found on the property they inquired on.
Okay.
Would require me to ask certain questions. Like
Yes.
if I see it's a property that's run down,
Yeah.
I will ask, are you looking to finance or
Right.
purchasing outright cash?
Okay.
So just
Yes.
to not
Yes,
guide them in a better direction.
but like
Not
us,
to say, do you have a pre-approval yet?
some agents do though.
Yeah.
Some agents do, and it makes people feel uncomfortable. You're talking about money, you're talking about a big purchase, and they don't know you from Apple. They don't know you from Jack. They're not going to tell you. So I have never asked any of my clients if they've been pre-approved. I meet them, we have a conversation. It is very natural. It is very human connection.
I just did that to my friend. I asked her, are you paying cash or are you? She's like, I wish I knew cash.
Yeah. So if you have that relationship, it's a little bit different. But if you're meeting somebody and they're like, have you been pre-approved?
No, I met her twice.
Oh,
in my
okay.
life. So it's like I'm
Okay.
a friend, but.
Yeah.
Still.
You come off a certain way. You come off
Third time is a challenge. She's not.
you come off as an agent that doesn't have time for them. But that's not the case. You know what I mean? So it's all in the delivery. Like I have never asked any of my clients if they're pre-approved. If they're not pre-approved, I get them with a lender and we get them pre-approved. I help them during that process and they become more appreciative and they're more thankful for that. Because they're like, oh my God, I didn't know we could do this. Or, oh my God, I didn't know this could really happen. You know what I mean? So that's the value. Scripting example, conversation flow. Wrong. Are you pre-approved? Exactly. That's just something that's not human. Like it's not a good conversation starter. Are you still exploring options or starting to narrow things down? Yeah, what not to do. Sound scripted, talk too much, push too early, automate everything. The real goal, the old mindset, I need them to respond. You don't need them to respond. The new mindset, I stay relevant until they're ready. They're going to respond to you eventually. You just don't know what that looks like. You know what I mean? Might tell you to go kick rocks or might tell you, hey, I've been really busy. Like, this is what it looks like, So practice block. So you keep it natural, you focus on value and you don't overthink. Practice 1, re-engagement. Leads not has responded, re-engage with value, send similar. So if a lead hasn't responded to you or an expired hasn't responded to you, what's your next step?
I'll keep calling them.
Okay. Do you ever go door knocking?
No.
Do you ever go to their door and bring them like a present?
No.
Okay, why?
I think that's disrespectful in the way that they're getting tons of calls and people are just pulling up to their door. They're really frustrated.
Yes. Okay.
So if I'm taking the lead and going to the door, I think they're gonna just tell me to F off.
So when expired hits the market, are you guys like calling right away?
I'm calling.
Or do you wait?
Well, the way my system works is if a property expires today, it will give it to me tomorrow morning. So I call them tomorrow morning.
Okay. Okay.
So I get them in the next morning.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So usually when I tell people and they're calling expireds, I tell them to wait. Because their house hasn't sold, they're pissed off at their agent, they're mad about the whole situation. So that longer time that you wait, they're going to be a little bit more comfortable talking to an agent rather than right off the bat. Because and I guarantee 8,000 agents are calling them. But I guarantee you those 8,000 agents are going to stop after a week.
Right, they're not gonna follow up with them.
No. So that's what I'm saying. So the longer you wait, that hurt goes away. And they're more likely to talk to you because they feel less bitter about the situation.
Mm.
So you still go or door knock?
So I tell my agents too, like, inventory is a lot right now. Like we just have a lot sitting, as you guys know, and buyers are picky right now. They're putting in offers. Well, in Colorado, they're putting in offers and they're retracting because, oh, I found this other property, or I like this one. Yeah, I like this one better. Or can we get a deal on this one? So it's kind of that situation. So I do like with sellers because selling is very hard. How many of you deal with sellers? Okay. Selling is not like buying. Sellers, it's a very different transaction and sellers are just very different and they're a little bit more stern. So if you can't sell their house, they're pissed. They're mad. And they think another agent can do a better job than you, no matter how much money you put in and how great we are. They always think the grass is greener on the other side, unfortunately. Yes.
Before you call, for instance, the
expired,
Mhm.
do you check the house if it's, relisted or if it's sold? something?
Yeah, so usually, so I don't know what it's like here, but if something gets expired or goes withdrawn, they literally can put something in the MLS, like in the private notes, saying they still have an agreement. I don't know if you guys can do that here.
So if it's withdrawn, I don't call withdrawals because they have to speak with the broker in order to
Yes.
withdraw.
So that happens though with expireds too.
No way.
Yes, so if it's no. So if it's expired,
No
The
wonder
eight-
wait a week.
the agent can literally say in the private notes, we still have a working agreement that's beyond this expired point. We can't touch that. I can't call that. My agents can't call that.
So they put that on the broker's report?
Mhm.
Any property that expires on us, I'm putting that. It's gonna push them away for sure.
So yeah,
You
it-
get sued.
it's a little different, so. So practice 3. So when you guys are reaching out to these people and your clients or whatever, provide something new. Provide something new to them. Like, hey, this house came to the market, or I have a team member or I have a friend that's listing a house that may be interest to you. I know you guys team up and you're like, hey, what listings do you guys have? You know what I mean? Like, start doing that a little bit more because you guys can probably do off-market deals a little bit more too. Non-negotiable. Must follow up 3-day system, must call the lead when it comes in. Does anybody know how many seconds you have to call a lead when it comes in or to call a client when it comes in?
3 seconds.
5 to 10. You have 5 to 10 seconds to call that lead or they're not going to pick up after that.
What is it? You
Because,
bombarded with other agents as well?
so my leads, no, my leads are just mine. But yes, some are bombarded, but in that moment from when they clicked, they are still interested before either their kid pulls them away, their work pulls them away, or they get a phone call. And you must log everything in your CRM, guys. Like, this is super important and I can't stress this. And having a CRM's built my business. I've had a CRM from day one. It is super important. Accountability, mislead follow-up. Like I told you, I lead suspension with my team if they don't follow up. The first one is 2 weeks. The second time they do it, it's a month. And the third, it's one-on-one training with me. They're side, huh? They are side by side with me. Yeah, meaning my agents won't get lead for 2 weeks. So meaning they have no incoming new business, they can't build, and they have to go be creative. And I do that because I'm investing money in my agents. So I expect the accountability. That's what I expect from my agents. If I'm investing so much money into them, I expect something. I don't expect money, but I expect something. I expect the results. So the first time you guys follow up, like I keep saying, it's, hey, I saw you were looking at a home on blah, 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 blah street. Want me to send you a couple options. The follow-up value is I came across a few homes similar to the one you liked. Happy to share if you're still looking. The opportunity base is I'm seeing a few price drops. Could be a good opportunity. Personalized. That home you liked had a similar layout. I found one with a bigger yard. Soft check-in. Hey, not sure where you're at in your search, but I'm here if you need anything. Yes.
Sorry.
No, go ahead.
Weeks or days.
So usually this is like the 5 text messages. So this is usually a 5-week period.
1 per week?
Yeah,
Are you calling in between?
yes.
Oh, okay. Just to let them know the message that you sent me.
Or if I sent them hostess or something like that.
Okay,
Yeah.
yeah, makes sense now.
But I know when to stop calling before
Because I
they
know-
put
I
you
know
on
there's a
D&D.
stat there. But if you reach out to them within 72 hours, they completely forget about you as well.
That's why you have a
That's why
3-day.
you call them.
Well, that's why you have that 3-day follow-up. That 3-day follow-up is key. Like key. Because if you're not following up, somebody else is. I don't mean to say that, but somebody else is doing a better job than you. Unfortunately. So. Final takeaways. Speed gets the attention, value keeps attention, consistency builds trust, personalization converts. We don't chase leads, we guide them. Do you know what I mean by that? We don't need their business. We just want to help them. That's the difference. Don't feel desperate because once we start feeling like seem desperate,
Mm.
they feel that. They definitely feel that. Just be genuine. Just be human, guys. So today is about building a system you can actually follow, not guessing what to say, when to follow up. This is not about script. It's about having a clear approach so you know how exactly what to do every time. Most people lose deals not because they're bad, but because they're inconsistent. Okay? Consistency is key. Speed matters more than perfection. You don't need to be a perfect script when you call. Half the time when I'm calling or I get a lead, it's in the car because we live in our car half the time. So I usually pull over, try to pull up the property address, try to get as much information as I can, and then I call. But also, it is okay to say, hey, I don't have that answer right now. Let me get that for you. Or, hey, I'm not too sure. Let me follow up. It is okay to say you don't know. I still do it, even when I know, because it adds humility to you. Like you don't know everything. You know what I mean? So, hey, I don't know that, but let me find out for you. It works every time. This is the baseline. If it's not happening, nothing else matters. We don't stop following up. We just change how we do it. If it sounds like a script, they'll ignore you. We can't improve what we don't track. If you guys are not tracking your follow-up, you can't improve it. You have no idea and you're going to be lost. That contact will fly away and you're like, oh, 2 weeks later, you're like, oh my God, I forgot about that. That lead's gone. That client's gone.
And it hurts.
Financially, yes. It does hurt. But that's the thing. Like, that's why I'm stressing, guys, CRM, CRM, CRM. Use it, use it, use it, use it. Use it.
Get it.
So you're driving in the snow and you get 10 seconds to reach out to them and you stop and you look at the property and you call them.
It's consistency. This is what I built my business on. So I've been an agent for 5 years. I'm a managing broker and employer broker out in Colorado. I built my business on leads, referrals, and people I know. So I have literally fine-tuned this system. And before my agents get leads, I have them do a 2-week boot camp. Because if I'm investing in them, I need investment. So
Train them on their mindset and stuff.
yes, and how to follow up, what I expect of them. And then if I don't see that in Lofty, my assistant gives me an Excel spreadsheet every week on who's following up, who's doing the 3-day call, who's doing everything.
I'm gonna move forward.
How many of you feel uncomfortable talking to people? It's okay to say yes.
Cold calling.
Okay, how many of you are comfortable talking to people you don't know, like cold calling? Really, Rob?
You said uncomfortable.
Uncomfortable. Okay. Embrace the suck. And that's what I tell my agents. It sucks now, but it won't suck 5 phone calls later down the road. Yeah, you might go tell F off, like get hung up on, like, but it builds character and it builds that momentum because you need the momentum to keep moving forward. And if you don't have the momentum, you're not going to start. So just embrace the suck because when we feel uncomfortable in certain situations, we are growing and we are becoming better at our craft. Okay. This is where most agents fall short. They follow up, but they don't add value. Don't sound like every other agent. Guys, we work for lifestyle. It's a very different brokerage. We're all about family and making people happy and building those connections. Build those connections with your clients. Become unforgettable. If you're doing most of the talking, you're losing the conversation. The goal is to let them talk. Let them talk. Pull information without pulling information. Like, hey, oh, what school does your kid go to? Oh, blah, 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 blah. Oh, so does mine, or blah, 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 blah. You know what I mean? Like, build a connection quick with that client, whether it's football, sports, their dog, their kid, their neighborhood, or something. Find a connection. If your message doesn't help them, it just gets ignored. You're just like everybody else. This is what makes people respond. This is most important. Not every message has to be about real estate. And that's why I said after a month, my message is more personalized. Like, hey, how are you? How's everything going? I'm literally asking somebody I don't know, never met, how they are doing. I always get a response about 80% of the time. I'm good. I'm so sorry. I've been so busy. I haven't been able to get back to you. it starts another conversation. This is what makes people's response. It's not important. Not every message has to be about real estate, like I said. Each message should be different and feel different. Make it easy for them to say yes. Does everybody know the 3 yeses?
Leads you to a fourth yes, right?
Yes. So if you can get somebody to say yes 3 times, possibly the 4th is like 80% a yes. Because you've got them. You like broke down that wall, you broke down that barrier, and that's very hard to do. And that's what I got. Really? Can you see if they have any questions? Do you guys have any questions? Open floor.
Yeah, this is the time to listen. One of the great things, everybody, what's up? Oh, hit stop screen share.
Yeah, if I can find my mouse.
There it goes. All right, so one of the things I'll say is, if you don't ask, you don't know. This is a person that has had 10 closings in a month, right? What was it in December that you closed?
I closed 12 million in December.
12 million in a month. This is the time, right? This is the cool thing about like lifestyle, is being able to ask.
That was my whole year.
Is being able to ask those questions, right? The tough ones. Yeah, she could, she could tell you a lot of the things that are top of mind of hers and the things she deals with, but also what's on your mind, right? Like being newer, older, like in the business, and that's what she deals with day to day. Come on, give some good questions here.
Yeah.
Oh, I saw you asking a question.
Yeah.
But like, can you share like automations to how your content?
Yeah. Yeah, we can do a Zoom for sure. I can do a Zoom with you and teach you, yeah. And we can get that set up for you.
Lofty, like I put all my contacts in here, but I kind of just didn't do anything.
No, like you can actually set up an engagement. So it actually is sending your clients homes weekly. Like the newer houses that hit the market, you can actually engage that with your client in Lofty. So you don't have to go to the MLS and send it to them. Lofty's already sending them houses without even you being involved. Yeah, yep, I can send it to everybody, yep.
I have a question, but
Yeah.
more on the team. Like,
It's fine. You guys can ask me any questions you want. It doesn't have to be about this. It can be about Colorado agents. It could be about anything.
So why are you switching from Lofty to follow-up? Why are you thinking of switching?
Because Zillow Flex wants us to use Follow Up Boss. And I'm starting to incorporate Zillow Flex out there and trying to be a heavy hitter and adapt to that. So to be part of Zillow Flex, you need Follow Up Boss.
Follow Up Boss is owned by Zillow, so
Yes.
they want to keep you in their infrastructure.
What was the question?
when did you notice that you needed a team? So I'm assuming you had a good year or couple years, and then you were like, I need a team to help me out on this.
My team doesn't help me in anything. My team builds their business.
Mhm.
I help build my team's business. I still build my business.
So how do you manage to do it? Because I've heard people I talk to.
I don't sleep.
But now also incorporating like a VA.
So I do have a VA. She's been very helpful and she helps me with other stuff, but my first year and my second year, I didn't have a TC. I didn't have much. I did everything on my own. So my first year of real estate, I did 28 transactions. My second was 32. My third year, I did 42. My fourth year was 48. And I ended at last year with 52. And I'm doing that all on my own. My team does not help me show houses or anything. Those are my clients, my referrals. So I help my team build their business. Like since I'm away, my team is definitely working a little bit hard right now. They're doing my showings right now. They're helping my clients on top of their clients. So I have a team as a broker, but I also have agents too that aren't part of the team. I don't sleep.
No vacation.
I heard, just to maybe pivot on your question, I heard, from some other agents, only build a team once you're busy enough. So if you're not busy enough.
And also I'm going to say this wholeheartedly. Everybody's wingspan looks a little bit different. Like the amount that you can handle might be different from the amount that she can handle. So I was doing everything like on my own. I didn't have a TC, I didn't have an assistant, and I was doing 40+ deals a year.
But now, like.
Yes. Yes, I have a
Well, you
V.
always had a CRM that they wanted,
I've always had my CRM, and that's how I was able to scale.
right?
That is what a CRM can do for you. That's what it's supposed to do for you.
Right, you use it effectively,
You,
how to use it.
I love my agents, their first thing from the wake up is they go through their CRM. They work their active clients, their active seller, active buyers, then they go into all the other pipelines. But my agents work their Lofty and work their CRM every day, like it's a Bible. And they're busy. No, you're fine.
Your everyday paradigm, like escape, like. I know you said that you don't speak about how you decide.
She doesn't sleep.
I don't sleep.
24 hours a day.
But like, this is what my days look like, guys. It's packed. From showings to meetings to trainings to meeting with people to having conversations on the phone to dealing with my everyday life. I write everything down. I still write everything down to this day because I don't know. It's a psychological thing, and I don't think you guys know. When you write something down, it imprints in your subconsciously. So you're always thinking about it, and it's a mental check. Like even affirmations. How many of you guys write your affirmations?
I do.
Guys,
No,
all of your hands should be up for affirmations. All of you.
same as scripts. I write scripts down.
That's
why I
good.
internalize them.
I write affirmations every day. Every day I write my affirmations down, and it's at night. Because while I'm sleeping, it subconsciously is just in my head. So when I wake up in the morning, it's go, 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 go.
And
I don't write my affirmations in the
Yeah.
Can somebody please mute Zen?
Yeah. Right. So Lofty does have a thing into reminders and appointments. So like I'll get a thing on my phone like review your work for today or reminder you need to call so and so or you need to text so and so. Yes, Lofty does do that for you.
Lofty is great.
Lofty is great with that. I don't know about Follow-Up Boss or what CRM you guys are using, but yeah. Yeah.
Do you have like a set schedule that you like to follow for every day, or is there weeks like every like is it all over the place in the sense that it's never the same, or do you have like a set like usually you're waking up at this time every day, or is this like?
So it depends. Usually I'm pretty scheduled. Like I'll wake up in the morning, I'll go to the gym, I'll come home, get ready for my day, and my day starts. That's a non-negotiable for me, is waking up and going to the gym.
what time?
So it depends on how late the night before is. So sometimes I don't go to bed until 11:30, 12. So I stop when my agents stop and my clients stop. So if my agents need help right now, me and my manager are really there to help them. So sometimes it's 11:30, 12. I'll get up at 7, 8, go to the gym, start my day by 9, 10, head to the office or help whoever I need to help. And then my day doesn't end until 11:30, 12 sometimes. But that's a non-negotiable is me getting up and doing something for myself. And that's going to the gym because that's peace of mind for an hour that I need mentally to be better for my agents and be better for my clients. Any other questions on anything, guys? I'm an open book, I promise.
Maybe there might be some on the chat.
New agents here, any tips on becoming a listing agent for rentals and selling? So somebody else can chime into the rentals. In Colorado, we don't touch rentals. We don't touch leases. We don't make money off of them. They're run by property management companies. And if someone's interested in renting, we really can't help them. So, yep. So like I tell my clients like, hey, Zillow, I can guide you. But for me showing rentals and getting paid $50, that's not That's not ideal.
That's how it is in Central Florida as well. South Florida is the only one.
Like Orlando?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Orlando, Tampa, Fort Myers.
Yeah.
I think you can incorporate, this, the meeting the presentation you just had with this exact, question is because for rentals, for example, what you should be doing is you should be following up at least 90 days before the rent, or the lease expires, just to see if you're gonna either renew, if they're going to buy, or if they're going to another place, right? So that is following up with the client. To
Yes.
Make sure, what are they going to do? Because they have to make a decision.
You're right. You're right. So I'll share it. Go ahead.
She's asking for rental listings. So what, you get the landlord's phone number?
So it depends on who your client is, if it's the tenant or if it's the landlord.
Right.
You do both. If it's a landlord, hey, are you gonna continue renting the property or are you gonna sell it?
Right.
And if it's
There's for rent by owners too, that you can chime
Mhm.
into
They're
those.
super easy to vote on.
Yeah.
Huh?
They're super easy to vote on.
Yeah, right, because they want to rent it.
Yeah.
And they're gonna lose time
You're
and you're gonna give them 3 months, whatever.
Does anybody have any other questions?
Sean Doe.
Sean,
Hey, Nichelle.
hey, what's up?
Nothing much. Great job. You're killing it.
Thanks, buddy.
You're welcome.
What's going on?
Quick question for you. So for a newer agent, 2026, kind of, say a year or less in the business, best tips, best practices for them, to kind of set themselves up for success, right? Say lead conversion, follow up. What are you doing with your team, your agents, the newer agents?
So my newer agents, what I really strive on is that follow-up and that CRM. Because no matter if you're in the mortgage broker, like Rachel back there or something, they have a CRM. Every good company and every good business person and entrepreneur has a CRM or some type of system that they have in place where all their clients are. That is main important. If you guys don't have a CRM and you guys are like just writing things down, that's unorganized chaos. That's mentally just not good for your business. Organized chaos is better, guys. Chaos is always going to happen, but you need to be organized with it. I also stress with new agents, find your niche. Find what you're comfortable with because this is so new to you. Like if you're not comfortable with leads and you're not comfortable cold calling, that's okay. You're more comfortable door knocking and you're more comfortable farming or doing events, do that. Pour money into what you're comfortable with and find your niche because all of us have different niches. So Rob's good at calling expireds. Like he has a system that works. You know what I mean? Somebody else may be good at cold calling leads. You know what I mean? Or farming a neighborhood or going door knocking in a neighborhood or getting sponsorships and meeting people, you know what I mean? Like first responders or nurses, like having events like that. Find your niche. That's what you guys have to do first as newer agents is find your niche, find what you're comfortable with. Because if you're uncomfortable doing something in the beginning, you guys will not continue it. There's a 90-day fail rate. Be comfortable. Just find what you're comfortable with. And then once you're comfortable in that and you're getting business from that, start being uncomfortable. Start growing. Start doing things that you're not comfortable with then. But that's what I would have to say.
So besides the CRM that you're using and the PCR, you using any AI tools that you manage?
Nope. I should, but I don't. Yeah, I should, but I don't.
How about your social media? Is there? I know you're very busy with all of these,
So my social media is lacking thereof, to be honest. It's not a pain point. It's just not part of my habits. That's the thing. It's not a pain point for me. It's just a habit that I don't like. It's not in my habits. So I have to make it a habit. But my branch manager, she kills it at social media. She has like 30,000 followers. She kills it. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I saw that. That was pretty fun, huh?
Sean, was that good?
That was great. Thank you. Great, great answer. Thank you.
You're welcome. Any other questions or anything, guys? No? Good? Okay.
Yeah, there's one almost like 75 to 80 people between Zoom and. She had about 75 to 80 people between in person. And 40 something. Great to get Nichelle here. Well, yeah.
Michelle too far, she's like 10-hour flight.
10-hour flight.
Girls do leave. Yeah, really big.
Roberto.
First thing, I texted you back.
I'm like, that's your lucky man right there. Yeah, can you send me the contact?
Yeah, I'll put you in contact directly with her.
Hey, I will show you my.
Oh, your Orlando office is out of control, and your Brickell office is out of control too.
So get your own.
Okay, good.
Suck it up and get your own.
Okay, so. It's still pretty lifestyle.
You can do it. You're just gonna have to use a different email.
I do like follow.
Ah, no, it's okay.
I have the questions down.
You should ask away.
For me, I mean, I every day wake up, I go to the gym too. I try to get my better. I stay a little hour. Sometimes I don't talk to anyone and I just like focus on what I speak with them, then I can finish it.
Yes.
So then I plan my day like you.
Yeah.
Then have breakfast. But it's sometimes hard for me to keep focus on what I want to do.
Why?
If there's a text message that pop up in my phone, then I feel like I have to answer, then I distract that way because sometimes I'm not.
Do you write your days out? So my days are written out.
I try.
Like my meeting, everything. So I cross them out. No, the day before. So Sunday, I plan my week and then I add as I need to. And then it keeps me focused. It keeps me focused, so I'm still able to answer the text message. I'm still able to answer the emails.
What time do you answer your emails? Or you check your email?
First time I wake up in the morning. Time I wake up to the time I go to bed.
I know everybody works differently.
Yeah.
Sometimes they focus on the next phone call.
I do everything. I multitask all the time.
That's what I try to do. That's why
But if you're struggling with that, then focus on from like 11 to 12, you make your calls. And things like that, you know what I mean? Time block.
I even to like put my phone in all this drawer.
See, I never do that. Hi, mommy. You look so good.
You don't do that? No. No, I get distracted.
No, I never put it on.
And I don't know how it did. Maybe you just get distracted.
No, I never put it on.
I feel like sometimes like what happens to me is like I know what I have to do, but I don't want it to do it.
Yeah,
Maybe.
you have to.
I know.
You have to. Yeah. Yeah.
When you know I'm gonna send this, because I took pictures, but
Okay.
still have like.
Yeah, I can send
I
it.
would love to have.
I printed it out.
Yasmin,
It would be worse than.
I'm gonna share this with her so she can share it with everybody
I'm
else.
gonna put it on the website.
Yeah, they're gonna put it on the website. But I can send it to you.